Hi, today is Monday the 8th, and this is the weekly recap for the current trades. A brief look at February. February, I closed the downside after the or during and after the GameStop saga incident, and basically a little bit of tantrum stopped when Treasury Janet Yellen, former Fed chair, decided to go into an ACC investigation. The whole story. I mean, this is actually pretty crazy that this thing could have spooked the market. I mean, this is just crazy. And if you look at the volumes trading that day, it was actually higher than any in the March, April fall. Absolutely crazy. The market participants are still very, very nervous. It doesn't really show on the VIX structure, and I invite you to look at the SPX Outlook video. So let's just move on from Feb. I mean, I could close for about 15 cents. I could close the lost. And I could even just go for, I don't know, just a very safe, far away PCS and do some risk reversal. I don't know whether I will be tempted to do that or just close it. Yeah, okay. So basically, if I'm at 350 on this trade, that's okay. So let's move on. Let's look at March. March, I haven't done anything to it for quite a while actually. The trade is okay. My delta is still fine. I do have a lot of negative vega on this side. And if we look at this IV skew, I mean, it looks like, of course, with my February CCS here, they're pretty safe still. And if we look now on the red line, which is March, the convexity is showing around 42. So it is not actually too great because I do have the CCS there. So I should do at least some form of risk reversal on this one. Now, if I go back to this trade, so even though it's not looking too bad, I should probably try and reduce this. For about $1, I can actually reduce this, and it's quite easy to pull one up along here. So I am quite tempted to go for something where my trade will still be okay. So if I do this, I reduce. I don't. My operation line is still okay. I don't have any trouble with capital constraints. So I will probably go this way. The other possibility is just to go for a CCS here, just push it. And then I could go for something probably more Vega neutral this, and to just go do a PCS roll here. So let's say I go for 1 minus 2 here and something like this. You see, that's actually something I would be tempted to do. I don't want to trade too much and give too much money to the broker, but it's going to be a very mild type of risk reversal on this trade. So nothing much to do. I will see whether volatility plays up because volatility has now touched a pretty low support. So this is more or less what I've got in mind for this trade. So now let's look at April. April, I managed to raise the expression line when the market was falling. This one has got a very good, and apparently very good resilience on the downside. It usually is. I mean, that's 67. It's still a resilient trade on the downside, but not as resilient as we would want to if the market would again move from a 21, 22, I'm talking about the VIX, to 37 when the incident happened. So we still have to keep an eye on the ball. Things could turn very nasty at any point in time. This market is nervous, more nervous than it shows here on this trade. So nothing much to do here. I could be tempted to add a little bit just to raise this and maybe flatten delta. Delta minus 4 is still fine, but yes, I could add capital here. With the volatility dropping, I would probably go from 125/100 to a more normal 100/75. So if I was to do something like this, just to build up, I would just, well, I don't really trust this, but I mean, that's something I could do. Although I don't think there's a need to worry too much about the CCS, but yes, the convexity on this one hasn't showed up yet, so we'll have to be a little bit more careful. So probably adding some capital, raising this a bit, and flattening delta without pushing too much in terms of Vega. because we have to be careful that the volatility could bounce off quite rapidly like it did. So let's be cautious after the incident we saw just 10 days ago. Okay, that is it for now. So I would say that current conservative trade management has saved the day when the market whipsawed like crazy 10 days ago. Is it a warning sign more is to come? Probably. So that's why I wouldn't want to be too aggressive on this trade. Not only that, but with volatility being down, I don't think this is a good time to sell volatility right now. Okay, thank you for watching and see you later on Slack. Bye for now.